All right, one last story before we go. The U.S. Navy is now confirming 3 leaked UFO videos. They say they are real. The videos, which made headlines in the New York Times and the Stars Academy of Arts and Science in 2017 and 18, they show encounters between the U.S. Navy aircraft and a couple UFOs. Officials argue these videos were never supposed to be released to the public, but yet they were. Here we are talking about it. RT's Ashley Banks has the story.
Now, for the very first time, the U.S. Navy is now confirming that a series of 3 UFO videos that were leaked to the public in recent years are real and should have never been released. The videos were originally released to the New York Times and to the Stars Academy of Arts and Science. An enhanced image from the first video, titled FLIR 1, it shows a dark, pill-shaped object hovering for several seconds before speeding off sideways. Another image from the second video, titled Gimbal, fighter pilots saw what was being described as a black oval aircraft that rotates. In the video, you can hear an exchange between the 2 pilots who are completely puzzled while trying to make sense of it all.
My gosh. We're all going against the wind. The wind's 120 knots from the west. The whole thing, dude.
These videos taken in 2004 and 2015 made headlines back in 2017 and 2018, and now the Navy is finally confirming that these videos are actually real. This news is shocking to some, including John Greenwald, the author of The Black Vault, who said, quote, "I very much expected that when the U.S. military addressed the videos, they would coincide with language we see on official documents that have now been released, and they would label them as drones or balloons. However, they did not. That really made me surprised, intrigued, excited, and motivated to push harder for the truth." Now, the Pentagon argues the videos should still be withheld, being that they were never officially released to the public. However, it's too late for that, and many speculate the government is withholding a lot more as it pertains to UFOs, especially being that earlier this year, the Navy drafted new guidelines for its pilots to report encounters with unidentified aircraft, adding there have been quite a large number of reports of UFOs entering various military-controlled ranges and designated airspace in recent years.
Alright, Shalom. Call Hello Allah Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, which means all praises to Yahweh, which is the true name of the Heavenly Father, who you people ignorantly call God. Ba'ashem, in the name of Yahushua, which is the name of the only begotten Son, who you people ignorantly call Jesus Christ. Those are the true names of the Heavenly Father and the Son. Plus, I want to give a shout out to the Optimist pushing and spreading his word throughout the 4 corners of the earth, who's also uplifting the names Yahweh, Yahweh Shah. Also to the confusion of faith brothers and sisters out there whose bloodline traces back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, our forefathers. Though you look like the heathen nations being these nations, okay? These nations that you see on this chart, too, okay? On down, those are the heathen nations. And same to if your lineage goes back to these tribes through the man, and if the spirit bear witness with this word and this truth, and you can receive it, then you to the confusion of faith, brothers and sisters, if this do apply, you are Israelites, though once again you do look like the heathen nations. To the few Akwaf that do listen and learn, Shalom. To the elect of the nation of Israel, wherever you may be scattered throughout the 4 corners of the earth, who this word is going out to, Shalom to you as well. To you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, as you see on this chart, once again, you combine, consist up, and make up the 12 tribes of Israel. You are the Hebrew Israelites. If your lineage goes back to these tribes through your father, okay? And I just played the clip. Basically, it's out there that the UFOs, that the video, the 3 clips on the United States Navy, okay, encountering a so-called UFO, which they're the chariots of the Most High, okay, with his angels on there. Now, it's out there that these are real. It's no longer, Esau can no longer, okay, hide, okay, what these really are and what it really is. Because for so long, he was able to, okay, for first of all, call it a UFO, unknown flying object, which he know the elites of the society, they know what it is. And second of all, he's putting his movies, okay, trying to get you to sway you from what they really are, okay. This is Jeremiah 28:7. Nevertheless, hear thou now this word that I speak in thine ears, and in the ears of all the people. The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms of war and of evil and of pestilence. Okay? And that's the thing. Slakia. No. Got something in my eye. That's the thing. That's what this is. America is what considered a great kingdom, okay? Because America has its hand throughout the earth, okay? And who runs America? Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, okay? And of war, and what America is known for going to war with the other nations, okay? And the pestilence, and you see pestilence, okay? The prophet was prophesied peace. When the word of the prophet shall come to pass, then shall the prophet be known that the Lord have truly sent them. Okay? And real quick, let me get one more scripture. That's what we're doing. We're prophesying against Babylon the Great, aka America. Okay? The spiritual Egypt right here. Luke 21:15. For I will give you a mouth and wisdom which all your adversaries, okay, shall not be able to gainsay nor resist, man. And for so long, Esau, okay, has been able to lie about everything. But now we're in the times where the truth is coming out, truth is springing forth, okay, upon the earth, and corruption is being thrown out. That now he basically is being forced to tell you, okay, the truth, because his words going out and his lies, okay, they're no longer effective. He's no longer able to deceive the masses due to the time we in. Okay? Because he's being revealed right now. Okay? That's that time period we're in. Okay? He can't resist anymore. So now he's just coming out with it. Okay. These so-called clips of these so-called UFOs, they're real. Okay? He's still not going to tell you that they're the angels of the Lord and they're coming to make war, okay, with this rulership, with you heathen nations, the main heathen nation being Esau, Edom. That's what I'm about to get, okay? This Psalms, if you watch these videos with the chariots, I've been bringing this out lately, but it's just the time that we're in, okay? You just had recently, I showed you a last UFO so-called video of the chariots. You just saw the Iranian, okay, army trying to shoot that one chariot down. They couldn't do it, man. And it's not a coincidence that right after that happened, this comes out, okay? This is Psalms 68:17. The chariots of Yahweh are 20,000, even thousands of angels. The Lord is among them, as in Sinai in the holy place. Okay? It's the Lord that's among, okay, these chariots, man. These are his chariots, man. That's what these chariots are associated with, man. Not aliens with green beady eyes, man. That's what's been pushed out to the masses. And of course, on them videos, you still gonna have people that's gonna be confused about it. Okay? Let me see the comments real quick. Look, UFO says Epstein's friends. I used to believe they were real until they came out and said they are real. We already know. If you know this terrorist government, then we already know. And it says, yeah, right. Don't believe anything from the United States government. See, that's Esau. But Esau, He's brainwashing people into believing that this is fake. Okay? But you're going to be in for a rude awakening. Okay? I'm going to get Isaiah 63. This is Isaiah 63 and 1. And this is why the chariots, okay, they're coming. Because they're coming to make war. Okay? This is Isaiah 63 and 1. Who is that coming from Edom? That's you so-called white people. Okay? With dyed garments from Basra. This that is glorious in its apparel, traveling in the greatness of his strength. I that speak in righteousness, mighty to save. Okay? Wherefore art thou red in thy apparel, and thy garments like him that treadeth the wine fat? Okay? And that's the point. Okay? I'm going to continue reading. For the day of vengeance is in my heart, and the year of my redeem is come. And we are approaching that time. And I looked, and there was none to help. I wondered that there was none to uphold. Therefore my own arm brought salvation unto me. My fury, and my fury it upheld me. And I will tread down the people in my anger, and make them drunk in fury. And I will bring their strength down, their strength to the earth, man. That's you, Esau. Cause you Edomites are proud. You think you're undefeatable, man. Okay? You may have been able to defeat all these other militaries and fight these wars and win most of them. Okay? But guess what? You're not gonna win against these chariots. And these elites know that. Okay? I will mention the loving kindness of the Lord and the praises of the Lord according to all that the Lord hath bestowed on us, and the great goodness toward the house of Israel, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, which he had bestowed on them according to his mercies and according to the multitude of his loving kindness. For he said, surely they are my people, children that will not lie. So he was their savior, man. Okay? This Zechariah 5 and 1. It says, then Salaki is acting up. Then I turned and lifted up my eyes and looked, and behold, a flying roll, another description of the chariots. And he said unto me, what seest thou? And I answered, I see a flying roll, the length thereof is 20 cubits, and the breadth thereof 10 cubits. Then said he unto me, this is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth, for everyone that stealeth shall be cut off as according unto this side, on this side according to it, and everyone that sweareth shall be cut off as on that side according to it. And didn't you steal America from the Gadites, the so-called Native Americans? Didn't you steal the Israelites, period? Took them all the way from different parts of the east and brought them to the west. And you even took Israelites that was already over here and put them, okay, to the east, man. Through what? The transatlantic slave trade. It tells you that in Joel the 3rd chapter. Okay? You stole the nation of Israel. And it talks about how in Jeremiah 50 and 33, for as how the children of Israel, their captors refused to let them go, quickly paraphrasing it. Okay? And you swear falsely, saying you're the most high. Okay? Here it is in 83. Excuse me, Salakia. Here it is in 83. Ronald Reagan, he professed that the Bible, okay, was the law of the land, okay, in 83. So why aren't you upholding the laws, man? Because you swear falsely, man, okay? So it's Esau, Edom, man. And I will bring it forth, said the Lord of hosts, and it shall enter into the house of the thief. And that's you, and that's what you're seeing. The chariots enter in the house of the thief day by day. That's why Esau is saying, you know what? They're real. He can't hide it no more. People want answers now. Okay? That's why you got this whole madness about Area 51, which is nothing in there. Esau just had that up to distract you people from what's really happening. Okay? I will bring forth, said the Lord host, and it shall enter to the house of the thief, and into the house of him that sweareth falsely by my name, and it shall remain in the midst of his house, and shall consume it with the timber thereof and the stones thereof, man. That's what's coming. That's what's about to happen. These chariots, okay, they're about to make war, okay, with the beast. They're about to make war with Esau, Edom, and the rest of you heathen nations, okay? But Esau is gonna get the brunt of the destruction from these chariots, man. Salakia. Second Esdras 13. I started 1. Because when them chariots come, this was gonna take place. And it came to pass, after 7 days, I dreamed a dream by night, and lo, there arose a wind from the sea that it moved all the ways thereof. And I beheld, and lo, that man waxed strong with the thousands of heavens, with the thousands of heaven. And when he turned his countenance to look, all things trembled that were seen under him. Okay? You already get what this meaning. Okay, if you seen the Independence Day, when that chariot, okay, came in on the movie Independence Day, what the people do? They all looked up. Their mouth was wide open, man. Then they started running, man. Especially when it shot, okay, fire at that building, and the fire just kept coming. Which is gonna go into. And whensoever the voice went out of his mouth, all they burned that heard his voice. Okay? Once again, that's that fire coming out. Or the chariots, like as the earth faileth when it filled the fire. And after this I beheld, and lo, there was gathered together a multitude of men out of number from the four winds of the heaven to subdue the man that came out of the sea. But I beheld, and lo, he had graved himself a great mountain and flew up upon it. But I would have seen the region or the place where out the hill was graven, and I could not. And after this I beheld, and lo, all they which were gathered together to subdue him were sore afraid, and yet durst fight. And Esau is afraid right now. Okay? Esau's afraid. He's seeing the curse, which is these chariots, enter into his house. And he knows he's the thief, man. He knows he's the criminal, man. Okay, he's guilty on all charges. Okay? Having the Israelites in possession, for slaying the Israelites, for destroying the earth. He knows that, man. Okay? And he's afraid right now. But really, when you see great multitudes of these chariots coming all at once, he's really going to be afraid. But guess what? The Lord going to put the spirit on him to fight, man. Because the Lord is a man of war. And the Lord wants to show his power, man. Just like it says in Romans, okay, the 13th chapter. For I have raised Pharaoh up to show my power. Okay? Same scenario. And lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude that came, he neither lifted up his hand, nor held sword, nor any instrument of war. But only I saw that he sent out his mouth as it had been a blast of fire, and out of his lips a flaming breath, and out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempests. And they were all mixed together, the blast of fire, the flaming breath, and the great tempest, and fell with violence upon the multitude which was prepared to fight, and burned them up every one, so that upon a sudden of an innumerable multitude nothing was to be perceived, but only dust and smell of smoke. When I saw this, I was afraid, man. So that's the thing, man. These Esau and these nations, they're going to try to fight these chariots, just like you saw in the video I showed you once again with the Iranian military. That's a prime example of what they're going to do. They're going to try to fight the chariots of Yahweh, or Yahweh Shah, and guess what? They're going to lose, man. They're going to get destroyed, man. Okay? This is what the Lord's going to do to put his name on the earth. Because you people, okay, all you people out here, a majority of you people out here do not respect Yahweh or Yahweh Shah. Okay? You serve the ways of Esau. So the Lord's going to come back and he's going to make his name, okay, glorious. Okay? When I saw this, I was afraid. Okay? Let me see. That's it. Okay? But that time, we coming in that time, and slaying the Lord is going to be many, man. Okay? That's what's about to happen. I'm gonna have to end it with this. You know, I'm on lunch break, but this is about to end, so. Because the chariots are going to come to do two things. Okay? Chariots are going to come to destroy, like I just read. And it's also going to come and deliver. And who's it going to deliver? The elect of the nation of Israel. Okay? This Isaiah 31 and 4. I just start here. For thus said the Lord. For thus has the Lord spoken unto me, like as the lion and the young lion roaring on his prey, when the multitude of shepherds is called forth against him, he will not be afraid of their voices, nor abase himself for the noise of them. So shall the Lord of hosts come down to fight for Mount Zion. Okay? And he's going to do that for the elect and for the hill thereof. As birds flying, so the Lord of hosts defend Jerusalem. Defending also, he will deliver it. And passing over, he will preserve it. Okay? And he's going to do that by what? The chariots. So once again, these chariots is going to come to two things. It's going to come to destroy Esau. Okay, it's going to destroy 2/3 of our people. It's going to destroy the heathen nations. And it's going to protect and it's going to deliver the elect of the nation of Israel. Okay? So, call halal Allah Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua. You know, Yahweh writes this out. This was edifying. Shalom to the elect.